So hi, Olden Rise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Happy Monday.
You're goddamn right. It
Dude.
is. It's a fucking Monday.
It is, and this comes out on a Tuesday, so happy Monday's null and void. Happy Tuesday to the people listening. Happy Monday to us,
Happy
though.
fucking Tuesday. Yeah, happy Monday to us.
Yeah.
Happy fucking Tuesday to everyone else, or whatever day you're listening, watching.
Yeah, just appreciate you listening, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, thank you.
Yeah, as you can see, Glory's still not home.
Maybe one day I'll make it back home. I don't know. It's a trek across the country right now.
Yeah, I mean, she looks a lot more comfortable than last week, though. You know, it's sunny outside. You're up on a balcony.
I'm on a balcony. I mean, it's not 7 a.m.
No.
It's
She's back on the East
10
Coast.
a.m.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Honestly, it's an upgrade. I'm happy. Happy as a clam.
I'm jealous, man. I wish I was sitting outside on a balcony somewhere, but instead I'm doing the podcast in the same spot I've done the podcast 1,000 times before this.
See, man, this is why you have to take away your boundaries of life and work. So even when you're on vacation, you're still doing work. That's how you get like this. That's how you switch up your scenery, you know?
Yeah, man. Maybe when I go away around Halloween, I know it's a Thursday and a Friday, but maybe we just do the podcast anyway.
Let's do it. Who the fuck cares, man? Let's just record it ahead of time before even any of the music drops. Our anticipation, you know? Done.
Yeah.
Done. Find a balcony. Just do it outside, middle of the night.
Yeah.
Who cares, man? Fuck it, right? Some variety.
Yeah, that's what we need around here. Variety. Well, since last Monday when we recorded the last episode, I went to a couple more shows. I saw Korn, Gojira, and Spirit Box again last Monday. That was only part of the reason why we pre-recorded. The main reason was Glory being in not so sunny San Diego.
It was overcast. It wasn't dark.
Yeah.
It wasn't sunny.
No,
it wasn't
you
sunny.
called it not so sunny San Diego.
I know, and I'm trying to bring it back, but like, damn, it was not that. It was just in the morning though.
It got sunny.
I don't know.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. But yeah, Spirit Box, Gojira, Korn. Finally got to see Korn in arena, which for some reason has been a bucket list thing for me for a while. I've just seen them in an amphitheater every single time. But I honestly thought it was possibly one of the best shows I've seen them put on.
Goddamn.
You know, there's something about you know, being in a U shape with people instead of a line that makes the energy feed a little bit more, I guess.
It's crazy, yeah.
Not to mention, I don't know if I've ever seen Korn sold out, and I've seen them sold out twice on this tour, which is wild that they're 30 years into their career still blowing these venues out. But it is a fantastic lineup. So Spirit Box was great as always. They rocked. Gojira rocked as well. And then Korn, you know, they put on the old reliable, fantastic show they always do. 30 years later, they're still kicking like it's 1994.
There they are.
Yeah, and I'm into it. So that was a good time. I had a really good seat for that one, so I was stoked. And then on Thursday, I went to Philly, trekked out to Philly. I saw Signs of the Swarm, Cane Hill, Of Sulfur, 156 Silence, and Awaken Providence. I walked in as Awaken Providence was playing because I pulled up to the venue. Previous times I've went to this venue and smaller venues in the surrounding area, I've always parked in a lot that's directly across the street. Like it's in front of the venue across the street. And Google Maps, you know, claims it's still there. Well, I pulled up to the venue and the lot is now rubble and there is no lot. So I don't know where it went.
Just got up and left, I guess. I don't know.
That's got to be one of the most Philly things I've ever seen, which is pulling up, anticipating a lot being there, and then building something on it.
That's fucking crazy.
that isn't a lot. And then the next closest parking that didn't close before the show was over was a 15-minute walk away. So that made me a little late to the gig, but that's okay. I walked in as Awaken Providence was on. I caught about half their set. They were cool. And then 156 Silence came on. Was honestly kind of stoked to see them because I had heard all of the names on the tour except Awaken Providence, but I've been seeing some hype for 156 Silence, so I was like, yeah, I'm stoked to see them, and they fucking rip. Insane fucking vocals, which is pretty much how I feel every time I go to a deathcore show. Is just holy shit.
Holy fuck, how are you doing that with your voice? It's crazy. Yeah,
like,
no,
I don't belong here. This isn't my scene. So thank God for Kane Hill bringing some metalcore to the package. Of Sulfur was cool as well. Similar feeling to 156 Silence, where I had seen hype for them and was also like, holy shit, I can't believe it. And then Kane Hill came on stage, and that's why that's the main reason I was there. I went to see Kane Hill, not to spoil anything, but we may or may not have an episode coming with Kane Hill around their record that was recorded a few weeks ago. So I went to go see them, got to say hello to Elijah after their set for a little bit, and then I went over at the end of the night to BS with him a little bit more, so got to chat with Elijah a little bit in person too, which was super cool. He's a very nice guy. But what a fucking performance from them. He is quite the front man and quite the vocalist, and they are quite the band. I'm quickly becoming a pretty big Kane Hill fan despite hearing their name a ton. All it took was this hypothetical interview and seeing them live to finally really dive into the discography,
Yeah, damn right.
And then Signs of the Swarm was celebrating a decade of being a band, and
goddamn.
I had seen them open for Lorna Shore when I went to Lorna Shore's holiday show in 2022. And I was like, yeah, this is cool, but like we're 4 bands deep and the guy in front of me is Slosh and I want to go home, and Lorna Shore's not coming on for another 2 hours. So that was the vibe when they were on stage. But this time there was a lot better conditions, and they fucking ripped, dude. Like they played half of the new record in full, and then the second half of the set was some older stuff as well as that new song that we talked about a couple weeks ago. And holy shit, they rip so fucking hard. They're such a solid live band, and I was glad that I stuck around to catch them, because I was like, maybe I'll catch some of it and leave, because it's like I was there for Kane Hill and I saw the band that I was there for, and I was like, I could get a jump start on going home, but I decided to stick around. I'm glad I did. Great show all around. Coming up, I got Wage War Era, Throne, and Fame on Fire on Saturday, and Sunday I have Knocked Loose, The Garden, Drain, and Military Gun. And then next Tuesday I have Justin Timberlake. So the switch,
the two sides. It's crazy. That's fucking awesome.
The crazy switch between Knocked Loose, a day in between, and then Justin Timberlake.
Justin, the JT.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. The fucking shows you have coming up are fucking wild. Did you say fucking Fame on Fire and Throne?
Yeah.
Are we talking about the same Throne?
Yeah. Opening for Wage War.
Holy fuck. Love Throne so much.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous about that one. That one kind of pisses me off a little bit. Actually, I'm just getting mad.
Throne is second of 4, so they only have a 30-minute set. They still play like 10 songs.
I was gonna say that's like their whole discography.
It's more than half of their album. It's more than half of their record plus a good chunk of the EP they put out.
Yeah, so they could play their entire discography and be like, all right, guys, bye. But like, they only need a 30-minute slot. That's like fucking Belmont's headliner, where it's like, why the fuck was that 30 minutes? Speaking of Belmont, I'm going to try and see them and Rain City Drive in Richmond. That is going to be my show, hopefully soon.
Hey.
And then it's not happening. I want it to happen so bad, but the home team is going to be in Richmond next weekend. Why can't you guys just come to like Virginia Beach or something? Something I can like easily Uber to or don't have to travel 2 hours for. I don't know.
I know you wound up seeing that and you might have even sent it to me, but I didn't send it to you because at least at the
Mhm.
time you were supposed to be away
I
when that
was
was
supposed to be
coming
away.
through.
Yeah,
So,
not
so I was like, I'm
anymore.
not gonna ruin her fucking day.
No, 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 no. It did. It did. And then shit changed and I went, wait, this is awesome. And then shit changed again. And I was like, oh, do I really want to go 2 hours out for a show? But then again, it's the home team.
We also have some music to talk about that came out this
Mm-hmm.
week, some albums, a deluxe record, which is exciting, and a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of singles. Kicking it off here, Rain City Drive, they put out a new album. Things are different now. We got to chat with Matt about the album. It'll be out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching this on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, which is when the episode and the review will more than likely come out,
Mm-hmm.
Friday. If you're watching past Friday, it's out. Go watch it.
Friday.
Friday.
Friday is what I say when I see the interview with. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm sorry.
That's great.
Whatever, whatever.
This fucking record rocks.
Mm-hmm.
In typical Rain City Drive, the singles are always solid, but I always kind of leave them feeling like I didn't fully grasp the singles, and I felt this way since we started covering them. Back in 2020, they were still called
Ages
Slaves.
ago. Mm-hmm.
So I felt that way for a while. And those feelings continued with this record, but one thing that always comes through and is rang true with every single record after feeling
Mm-hmm.
that way about the singles is it all comes together when it's album time.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yes,
Goddamn
sir.
right. Mm-hmm.
So the songs hit me the way they're intended to when I get a chance to listen to it in full. And
Mm-hmm.
singles for me, it's always a mixed bag of like, am I gonna leave this remembering, or is it just gonna be a song that I heard that I'm gonna have to listen to 10 times to form an opinion on?
Mm-hmm.
And this band for me is just always consistently the second one.
Yeah.
So it fucking rips. Concrete
Mm-hmm.
Closure is my favorite song on the record. It is so catchy and bouncy.
Mm-hmm.
And I dig it a lot. And I said it was my favorite in the interview as well, except I called it Common
Yeah,
Closure because I didn't have the track list in front of me. Awkward.
it happens. It's close enough
Yeah.
though. It's close enough, you know.
And I also really like Disarm the Hourglass. That's
Mm-hmm.
got a super catchy chorus on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just nothing but hits on here, bro. It doesn't slow down until
Mm-hmm.
the very last track.
Yeah, I was gonna say that honestly, this entire record is just fucking ass shakers. I'm so happy you did mention Concrete Closure because I like how open it sounded. It sounded like a very sunny track just because of the guitars, and I fucking love how music is able to do that, where it's just one simple little guitar riff or sound or anything like that can completely change the sound of the track. Because if they used like a heavier sounding guitar, the track would have been angsty as fuck. But with this one, it just made it sound very light and airy and playful. I fucking loved it. The entire record, as you said, it does not slow down. It is fucking incredible. This is more on what the pop rock side of alternative music. I think I would
Yeah.
classify them as pop rock. It's definitely not like the home team pop rock where it's leaning more on the pop side. I think they call themselves like heavy pop or
Yeah.
something, but it is definitely leaning more. It's on the other side of the scale where it has a lot more poppy elements than you would see in traditional um rock. I don't even know. Would they
Just
be even
alternative.
alternative? I don't even know what the fuck to classify them as. It's just fucking ass shakers. Honestly, it's great. Um, I definitely do like the direction that they went, comparing it to the other things. As you mentioned, we've been following, well, you've been following them for longer than me, but I've been following them since when they were still called Slaves, which was 2019. And then up to now, their musical like evolution and progression has been incredible to witness. I think this is my favorite thing that they've done by far. And honestly, it seems like they have their vision. They know what the fuck they're doing. They're having fun with it. And if you haven't already, you need to check out this fucking record. It is incredible. I fuck with it so heavy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say that this is probably, you know, the strongest thing that we've heard them do. You know, this is now the third record that we've covered, and this is the first one where I'm coming through with it where like I have my favorite couple of songs, but I could also sit here and name pretty much any song on the record and tell you that I like that one, because every single song is so solid. I mean, look at a song like Medicate Me, like you put Matt and Rory on a track together, of course it's gonna fucking slap. Over Me was a fucking like, that song as a single was fucking awesome, and on the album it's even better. Like, it opening with Lose My Composure, like, dude, just front to back, nothing but fucking bangers. I think you put it perfectly, where it's just an album full of ass shakers. And they've really they've really done it this time. They knocked it out of the park. And you know, I think that the people, the fans, they agree as well, because if you look at this tour they're doing right now, a lot of low ticket warnings, a lot of sellouts. That doesn't happen when you're putting out schlubby music, you know.
No.
Yeah.
It does not happen.
No. And you know, their Spotify has grown a ton. I was on it last night. I was like 1.5 million monthly listeners. When the hell did that happen?
Shit. Wait, when did that fucking jump happen? Holy fuck, that's awesome.
So like, that's really cool to see as well. So things are trending in the right direction. I think, you know, the feelings on this record are pretty much across the board. A lot of people are feeling the same way. This record fucking rips, and I'm stoked to see where this goes, you know.
Damn right, me too.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Origami Angel dropped their new album, Feeling Not Found.
Damn right they did.
I'm gonna start this off because I fucking love Gami.
I know you do.
So I have been a decent fan of Origami Angel since we first discovered them in 2020, I think. And then I think that's when our first Ryland interview happened. It might have been 2021, 2020.
No, it was 2020. It was like April 2020.
So sorry. Ryland, I'm so sorry you had to experience that. And thank you for sticking with us. This band has never not impressed me with just everything about their music. Gami Gang was, I think it was in my top 5 or top 3 album of the years. It was incredible. It was a double record, which was the first time I think I've actually fully sat down and listened to I think it was like almost 2 hours worth of music in one go. I mean, over an hour, I'll give it over an hour worth of music. And that completely like blew my mind. So seeing that they were going to release another full length, because in between Gami Gang and this one, they dropped 2 EPs, I believe, which was kind of teetering. One was on the heavier side and then one was on the lighter side. And they kept kind of hinting that like, hey, we're going to get a little heavier with the next thing if you guys are okay with that.
And then they had and then they had that mixtape that was Weezer inspired.
I kind of forgot about that. They're so fucking awesome. I love this band so much. So, seeing all the singles come out, listening to them, the EPs, them just kind of having fun, getting heavier, you know, twinkly, heavy shit. Very excited for this record. Anticipation fucking through the roof, excited, all that shit. Finally listening to it, it was incredible. This record is insane. It definitely harnesses a lot of the older Gami sounds with the twinkles, the little guitar licks, the, you know, fucking crazy drums. Everything that you love about Gami is still on this record with a new mixture of more breakdowns, more Ryland screaming, which is fucking awesome, and just heavier vibes all around. I've seen a lot of people, well, I have, sorry guys, fan moment. I have Origami Angel's fucking Twitter notifications on. I don't remember when I put them on, and I'm not turning them off because they're fucking awesome. But I've been seeing a lot of people sharing their favorite tracks, and basically everyone fucking loves this record, which makes me so happy to hear and to see, because when bands like this, where they're kind of in that big but not like mainstream, kind of like that middle ground moment where they're not like making it yet, but they're still like they're popping. Exactly. I always get worried because I feel like their fan bases have kind of more of a connection and a tie to their older sounds, because it's kind of more of a familiar band and a familiar face instead of like big band changes and does big things. Okay, fine, whatever. But with this kind of small, medium-sized band, they get a little more clingy and attached. To see that their entire fan base, from what I've seen, has kind of welcomed this record with open arms makes me so fucking happy because I cannot wait to see what other fun, silly, heavy, lighter, whatever the fuck they choose to do in the future. I'm so excited to see what they end up with. But this record is incredible. I need more time with it to name my favorite tracks because that's just how I am with Gami. It's kind of hard for me to pick because I just fucking love all of it. Obviously all the singles were incredible. Fruit Wine, which I'm pretty sure was a single,
Mhm.
it's a highlight on the record for me. I love it so much. Um, God, again, I need more to give me more time. I'll see you at the album of the year, end of the year thing. It'll definitely be on there. But yeah, big appreciator of Gami. Fucking love this band. I love the direction they're going. I love everything about it. That's it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was I love this album. It's
Mhm.
fucking awesome. To piggyback off what you were saying with, a sonic change and things of that nature. I think that inherently at its core it's still kind of what I expect from at least like a modern Gami record, because we've kind of moved
Mhm.
past like the Somewhere City era with
Oh yeah.
Gami Gang kind of changing the band sound like entirely.
Hmm.
So that's what I call by like a modern post Somewhere City album.
Yeah.
This is at its core what I expected. But
Hmm.
the band has done so much experimenting since Gami Gang with those couple of
Oh yeah.
EPs, with the mixtape, that throwing in the occasional breakdown or the occasional twinkle moment or the occasional this
Hmm.
weird thing doesn't seem so out of place, because they've already probably done it. And if they haven't, they've already like made it just be like, we'll do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck it.
so there are some heavy moments on the album, which is what I gravitate towards. Honestly, I expected more, like just
Hmm.
flat out like,
Like a fucking metal
yeah, yeah,
song.
like I expected more because they did a whole EP, this, that, and the other
Hmm.
thing. The last full length Gami Gang had some breakdowns on it as well, so I was
Hmm.
expecting honestly a little bit more than what we got. But a couple of songs have it towards the end, Living Proof and HM07 Waterfall, which are probably a couple of my favorites on the album, solely for that fact that I do appreciate and enjoy when Gami gets heavy. But I
Hmm.
think them taking a few years between full lengths to experiment a ton made this
Hmm.
one a lot easier to swallow, with a lot of the what would have been seen as experimentation, but at this point I just feel like is what I get when I listen to Origami Angel.
Yeah, it's just the natural progression. They've lined it up so perfectly.
Yeah.
They planned that shit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So for me, like listening to this record, nothing felt out of left field. Like if you
Hmm.
if you went from Gami Gang and then listened to this album, you might be
Hmm.
a little bit more confused. But for us,
Yeah.
we have covered every single thing that has happened between
Yeah.
Gami Gang and now, where I was just like, this is exactly what I expected from an
Hmm.
Origami Angel album in 2024.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of it. They just continue to get better and better.
Hmm.
Such catchy songwriting, and catchy choruses and catchy songs. Again, another album that is just front to back straight rippers. It doesn't fucking slow down at all.
Damn right.
Fruit Wine is an interesting song for me to call a favorite, but I
Hmm.
do really enjoy that song. I think it's fucking awesome. um
Hmm.
Viral is another
Hmm.
one, and Sixth Sense, Get It, solely because the title is funny.
Yeah. Again,
um
it's when people use interesting song titles, it makes it so much easier to remember them instead of like blossom into the sky. It's like I tripped and fell and ripped my pants, and it's like something about something so fucking deep. It's just so much easier to remember. Sorry, that was
yeah,
it. That was, oh no.
I agree. But yeah, overall, another incredible record from Gami. You know, I've been stoked to watch the takeover, the world takeover happen in real time, and I am so excited to see where this album takes them, because I still think it's only up from here. It's been up from here since Summer City, and I'm hoping, you know, knock on wood, it continues to go in that direction, because they just keep topping it somehow.
They do. And it's fucking crazy. I love them. I love them so much.
Hell yeah.
Dick Rider.
Destroy, Rebuild, Until God Shows dropped their new album, Until God Shows. I fucking love this record. So, you know, we've been covering them since their return, and I remember liking Destroy, Rebuild, which is the first album post return, but not really taking much away from it, other than it was fun, and you know, it was heavy and whatever, and moved on with my life. But I have been zoned in on this record since the first single with Hunger Pangs, because you don't come out with a song like that and then lose my attention.
Hunger Pangs is fucking crazy. I was listening to it again this morning. I was like, what the fuck? Sorry.
Like you don't come out with a song like that and lose someone's attention. Like I was zoned in on the album cycle from that point forward. It was hard for me to be like, any single's better than that song. But this record, front to back, straight up, all fucking rippers. It doesn't stop. It is it toes the line of heavy, where some of these songs get really heavy, but also maintains catchiness throughout the entire album. My hands down favorite is still Hunger Pangs. That's not changing anytime soon. It might be one of my favorite songs I've heard this year. But I love the way it opens with It Follows. The first non-single that we get a glimpse of is Head Case, which is another one of my favorites. I like Steel, I like Debt Collector. I mean, I could sit here and name every single song, because it's really checks all the boxes for me of what I want from like a post-hardcore or metalcore record. It's got the heavy elements, it's got the catchy choruses. You know, it's pretty much exactly, it checks every box for what I look for in a band and an album. So I am so here for this. This was a pleasant surprise, because as I said, the last record, I was like, this is cool, but you know, it was 2022. We probably spent about 30 seconds talking about it, and then I never thought about it again.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, you know, I was just kind of expecting to have a similar feeling with that, but just having to talk about it a little bit longer on the podcast this time around. But now I'm tuned in. I'm definitely going to be revisiting this album, because I could see this taking some spot in that album of the year discussion, even if it's just an honorable mention. I could see this being brought up by me during that chat at the end of the year.
I completely agree. I could see that possibly for me as well. Again, I feel like I need more time with it. This is one that definitely hooked my ear immediately. I agree with Hunger Pangs. You don't fucking come out with that song and then the album isn't good. Like, come on, like, whatever, man. So how it starts and how it finishes is incredible. Everything in between is great. It flows wonderfully. My personal favorites, I'm gonna give 3. Hunger Pangs, number 1. Clears everything. Wonderful, beautiful song. I also really fucking like Two Hand Touch and Losers Stay Losers. Let Down. Both of those songs are incredible. Again, it's the sound of the record is fucking beautiful and crazy. I think how it was mixed and fucking produced is wonderful. It works perfectly. I could hear everything as it should be, which is sometimes one of my worries with kind of post-hardcore, respectfully, where it's just kind of like, can I hear everything? Is everything even and balanced? And yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. I really like this album a lot. And I hope it does come up in the album of the year discussion, because I want to revisit this. I'm gonna download it so I can listen to it on my way back home. But yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Big fan of this album. Hoping for I know they toured before, like they headlined before the album was out. But I need another tour, because I need to hear songs from this live and finally see Drugs live, because I just haven't seen them.
Yeah, come on, guys,
Yeah,
do it.
come on.
Hmm. Pale Waves dropped their new album, Smitten. I fucking love this record. This record covers so many bases of emotions. It's cute, it's sad, it's like it's happy at some points. This record is so fucking cute. My favorite song, I'm just gonna go into favorites really quickly, and then I'm gonna talk about like actually why I like it. Um, I believe it was which one was the one? It was a single, and I really liked it. I'm pretty sure it was Perfume. Yep, it was Perfume. I fuck heavy with Perfume. I fuck heavy with Hate to Hurt You, and then also Not a Love Song.
Hmm.
Those tracks are incredible. I think they encapsulate the record perfectly. So if you were to go in with just a couple before, like a little sneak peek of the record, I would choose those songs. Um, why I really like the record. So vocals, firstly, I love them. They remind me of shit I would listen to early 2020, like kind of like lockdown era, where I was kind of in um kind of a softer alternative vibe where it's just kind of like I'm staying up and not sleeping for 48 hours and I'm going to listen to music the entire time. This is what I would listen to. Hands down. The vibes on it are fucking immaculate. Again, it sounds like a summer record, end of summer record,
Hmm.
to me. And so they timed the fucking release perfectly. Honestly, dude, I want this album to get all of its flowers because this is fucking incredible. And all the singles were incredible as well. I'm pretty sure I liked all of them. Or if I didn't, in the context of the record, I fucking love them now. That is my take.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this album was fucking awesome. You know, the thing you mentioned about all the different emotions that are touched on
Hmm.
in this album. One thing that is for sure is it's not shrouded in metaphors.
No.
As someone who doesn't always pick up on what someone is putting down in music, because sometimes
Hmm.
it is just, you know, the meaning's buried too
In too
deep.
deep.
I was picking up what they were putting down with this album
Hmm.
pretty fucking easily. I mean, you put a song like "Not a Love Song" as the second track, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
it don't get any more direct than that.
No.
So big shout out to Pale Waves for making it nice and easy to figure out exactly where this album's going, what it's touching on.
Thanks, guys.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that it, you know, it makes it easy to feel as well. It's
Hmm.
like just in general, like, you know, as much as I love things being shrouded in metaphors, I feel music number one when the vocals give me a reason to feel, which is why I enjoy metalcore so much. Or number two,
Yeah.
when it is so directly on the nose that if I relate to it, I will feel it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Which this album allows me to do because it's so on the nose. I relate to it. I
Hmm.
can feel it. So that was why I was like, this fucking record is sick.
Hmm. Damn right.
Because of that relatability. My only gripe with the album is
Okay.
the slow song smack dab in the middle of the
Hmm.
record that feels, it's not even that they put a slow song in the middle of the record, is that they put a
Hmm.
slow song in the middle of the album that feels like it could be a closer. It feels like it ties the whole album up, and that's my problem with it.
Yeah. I I liked the slower songs anywhere on the record. I honestly, with this one, I didn't have a problem. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. Okay, cool, cool. Usually I'm fucking pissed. I'm heated.
it
That was
it
fine.
fits for this style of record, for this genre, for this style.
Hmm.
My problem is not that it is there in the middle of the record, because it's fine.
Hmm.
Like we're listening to a pop rock album. Like
Fine.
it's fine.
Fine.
It's fine. It fits. It's okay. My problem is I'm listening to it and I can envision it as the closer, and I'm like, God, this would
Mm.
tie the album
Missed
up so
opportunity.
nice.
Yeah.
That was my problem. Like, why mess with the flow of an album that was flowing so well up until this point with a song that feels like it could tie things up very nicely.
Yeah.
It's not just they put the slow song in the middle of the record and I just wanted to be pummeled. Like I only feel that way when we're listening to a heavy record and I just want to be beat. I just keep
Yeah.
beating me.
Yeah.
This was a completely different reason. But with that being said, I do think that the album's awesome. You know, slow song in the middle, it doesn't mess with the flow that much. They pick it right back up. You're feeling the vibes again. I think that it's insanely catchy. I really liked Not a Love Song, Perfume, and Imagination. were some of my favorites on the album. But we've been covering Pale Waves for a while, and they never failed to amaze me. They always put out a really solid product, and I'm stoked to see where this record goes.
Damn right.
Oh yeah.
Damn right.
Catch Your Breath dropped the deluxe edition of their album Shame on Me. All dropped as singles except for the last song, but that's okay. Single world, man. I don't know.
We get it.
Yeah,
we get it. It's just business.
Just business. We talked about their the album in its entirety when it came out last October. But so we'll just be chatting about the deluxe tracks. But at least for me, the full album, the non-deluxe, I liked it when it came out, but I actually wound up reconnecting with it several months later at the start of this year, and went from liking it to loving it. I spent a lot of time with it at the top of this year, where we were like in between having interviews, and I could actually digest music that I wanted to listen to, instead of just making sure I'm staying on top of what we need to listen to for this. So I spent a lot of time with the record, and got a newfound appreciation for it. So I was excited about this deluxe album for that reason, because I wound up spending more time with the record than I honestly thought I would. Have always liked Catch Your Breath, but it just kind of expected to not come back, and I just was naturally pulled back into the record. With that being said, they've got a slow down redial version of Dial Tone, which, not always the biggest fan of these kinds of versions, but Dial Tone calls for it.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I think it's such a cop out. Not in like a bad way. I think it works. I think it's great. It's so
low hanging fruit.
It is. And that's what I'm like, that's great. I'm so happy you like it.
It's such low hanging fruit, and I completely see that and understand that and feel the same way. But I also feel like if you're gonna go for the low hanging fruit on any song on the record, it's got to be that one. It's got to be that one, because that song is why they're where they are. I mean, that song completely fucking took off. It was wild to watch. And I just feel like it's the kind of song that honestly calls for a strip back version, to just like strip it back all the way. So I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. And then the only new song that we didn't talk about as a single is Good and Goodbye, which I think is a good song. I like all of the songs that were new for the deluxe. I think they all could have fit on the album. I can also see why they didn't make it, but I think they could all fit on the record. Good and Goodbye is no exception. I think it rocks, but my favorite is probably Perfect World, because that's such a we can have the same favorite, Glory.
No, we can't.
It's such a wild collab, and I think that Ryan Oakes adds a fair bit to the song, and is a welcome addition. So that's my favorite, but I also like Ghost Inside the Shell. I would honestly say Good and Goodbye is like number 3 of the 3 new songs, but it's also incredibly solid. I like this deluxe. I wish there was more than just a handful and only one new thing that we haven't heard yet, but I'll take it. On to the next one.
Exactly. Like, come on, guys. Where is it? No, I completely agree. Perfect World is incredible, and it was also my favorite because it's like, what the fuck mashup is this? It's just out of fucking left field. I remember when this first arrived on the podcast playlist, and we both were like, what the fuck? Is this real? Did someone get fucking hacked again? Did metalcore get hacked again? But no, it's real and it's incredible. I fucking love Ryan Oakes. I love Catch Your Breath. So seeing the two creators in one is incredible. The Dial Tone redial, I already said my piece on that. It works and it's great, but me personally and you, it's just we both acoustic versions and free different versions. That entire Water Parks album thing, with that attempt at that, it was just like I just think it's low hanging fruit. And it's just like I'm pretty sure everyone would prefer like a new song over this. But because Dial Tone is the one that got them places and is the one that really put them on the map, I understand giving it its flowers, but I'm still going to be a little pissed about it, just like a little bit.
Just a little.
Um, Good and Goodbye is great. I love the track. I think it's incredible. I'm glad they saved it for last because apart from the other ones, I do think it is my second favorite. But yeah, honestly, it's a great deluxe. I also wish there was more than three new tracks. Because I'm not counting the redial because because it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's great, and I understand that you guys have to put out singles instead of just dropping it. I understand, and it's fine. That's the music industry now. We move. It's great. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Great deluxe. I fuck with it.
Hell yeah.
Heavy. Linkin Park dropped their new single, Heavy as the Crown. I'm gonna let you just go with this one.
Yes, they did. I never thought, I never thought I would say this a couple weeks ago, and I never thought that I would say it when Linkin Park drops a traditional Linkin Park song. I'm into it, and I'm excited for this Linkin Park album. I've been rocking this single a lot as well. I just think that Emily as a vocalist is a fantastic addition, because when there were murmurings of is Linkin Park going to get back together, it was always like, who's going to replace Chester, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
And they're not going for a replacement, they're going for a whole new sound, which is the right way, I think, to continue the band. And I think that she's knocking her role out of the park, and I think she's also handling the whole thing with a lot of professionalism, because that is such big shoes to fill. I know that I wouldn't be able to step into Chester Bennington's shoes in any sense of the word, even just fronting the band he used to front, because holy shit, lot of eyes on you with that one. But I've been enjoying this song. I've been enjoying the first single, The Emptiness Machine, as well. And I'm excited for this album. I'm excited for them to finally go on a full tour and not just keep announcing one-off dates. But yeah. I also think that with the support they've been bringing on these dates, that this tour that's definitely probably going to happen in 2025 could be one of the coolest tours that we see next year if they continue to pick support like Grandson and Sleep Token and Bad Omens. Like, if they bring out a lineup like that on the road, dude,
holy fuck,
I'm there. Like, you're there whether you like Linkin Park or not. Like,
I'd be there. I'd be there because yeah.
Like, I just, they are one of the biggest bands in the scene, and if they continue to embrace these bands that are popping off, starting to break into mainstream success, have had a taste of mainstream success within the scene, it could be the tour of the year. So I'm hoping that they continue, because I'll probably be there either way. I've been digging the singles and have been slowly going through their back catalog when I have the time, so I'll probably be there no matter what. But it would be the icing on the cake if they brought out a bunch of bands that I really love, that I've seen in clubs, that are finally getting the opportunity of a fucking lifetime to open for Linkin Park, like they've been doing so far. But with that being said, I'm enjoying this song. I'm excited for this album. Never thought I would say any of that. Never thought I would say this entire thing that I'll go see Linkin Park live. But that's crazy. Growth, man.
Life, life changes you, know. I think the direction they're going is great. I think it's already a step up from their older stuff, me personally, because I've never been a fan of Linkin Park. I was never able to get into their music. I didn't really like their sound. But with the newer stuff, I think it's a little more digestible for me. Maybe it's because I've grown up a little bit more. I mean, I'm not like 14 trying to listen to Linkin Park because everyone and their mother is like, you need to listen to Linkin Park to actually be fucking alternative. And I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. So, but here I am. I mean, the last track was good. Um, it's it's just fine to me. It's but that's already a step up
Yeah.
because before I hated Linkin Park. I was just like I think I respect them and what they've done for the scene and the genre fusion that they did and I think it's fucking awesome, but it was never for me. So it was just kind of like a shrug.
Yeah.
Um but these new tracks I think are great, and I'm excited to experience a rollout of Linkin Park record. If the lineup is fucking crazy and if the record is incredible, I would love to see them on tour. Because that's a bucket list thing for I think genuinely like ever anyone ever, in on an alternative scene. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, but I'm hesitant still
Yeah.
because it's still kind of like it's an uphill battle for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just for winning my brain's approval. They don't give a fuck. I'm just saying their music overall, it's an uphill battle for them. So it's gonna take some time, but I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
Hey man. As long as you're open to it, because we're covering the whole
Oh,
record.
I know. I know.
so
I know,
so
dude.
whether you like it or not, you're listening to a Linkin Park album.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Point North dropped a new single, World vs. Peace. Another fucking ripper from Point North. They just continued like now they're just getting like heavy and also a little weird. Like I'm
heavy on the weird though. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I'm so into where they're going sonically. I think it fucking rips. This song is no exception. I've been a Point North fan since the first time I fucking found them, and the sonic shift has just moved with my music taste. So I'm into this. I'm stoked for whatever's coming. And just stoked for more.
Yeah, damn right. I fucking love this band a lot. And I think that, as you said, kind of like their progression and how their music's turning a little funky. It's so fun to watch. I loved this song a lot. And I'm very excited to see what else they're working on because this is great. Let's stay on this for a little bit, guys. Don't get carried away. Let's stay on this one and expand on it a little bit more because holy fuck, I love them. I don't know. I fucking love this band a lot. They're so creative.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. DED dropped a new single, Rockstar.
Hell yeah. And they signed to UNFD with this single. This single also made me be like, I'm gonna go listen to their discography. So Friday night I bumped
so bad.
the DED discography because I had some errands to run after work that just so happened to be the length driving time of 2 DED albums, which is the 2 albums in their discography. So it worked out perfectly for me. I was so stoked to see them back because it's seen them put up that tour that they're out on, and I'm like, okay, like we haven't heard from them in a while, like that probably means they're starting to cook, because I was afraid for a second there that they were like gone because they didn't tour much.
Quiet for too long.
Yeah, they didn't tour much off of that last record. So was stoked to see that tour go up, and even more amped to see them on a new label with a new single, hopefully meaning the beginning of a rollout of something, hoping for another record, because I love DED. They've had their moments, they've had their successes, but one thing that I've noticed is there's just too much time between albums, and I'm hoping for a little bit more consistent rollout, because I think more people should know about this band, because I want everyone as obsessed about them as I am, so that they start headlining, because that is what I need to see.
That's what you're waiting for, the headline.
Or just more tours that aren't within this moment.
See, I think that would be great. I think that would be awesome. I would love to see them on a tour that is not with in this moment.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of potential. And I would like to see them on a different slot.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. That'd be so very interesting. No, this song was fucking crazy. I did not revisit their discography, but you revisiting it makes me want to revisit it because I remember really liking their last record that we interviewed them about.
Yes,
if you would like to go and watch that, it's there. So Damn, I might have to do that. I might have to fucking download their shit too. God damn it. Yeah, no, this song is great, and I'm happy that they're not dead.
Yeah.
Great to see some life on their end, and yeah, no, I'm hyped.
Hell yeah.
Hmm.
American Teeth dropped his new single Tokyo. Hey man, I dig everything that American Teeth does.
Hmm.
It's not exactly what we listen to genre wise.
Hmm.
But it's always super cool, and this track is no exception. I
Hmm.
think that Elijah is a great writer and just song creator, producer,
Hmm.
and it always comes through. This song is no exception. I think it's great. It's
Hmm.
stoked for more.
Damn right. I fuck with this song heavy, actually. I know it isn't like shit we cover typically,
Mhm.
but honestly, something about this track just hit me and I went, "Ooh, I see the vision.
Yeah.
I see the vision fully." I always like seeing American Teeth on the playlist because I know it's gonna be something new, fresh, creative, just something just fucking out of the water because he's very fucking talented. Um, and this is nothing less than what I expected. I fucking love American Teeth. Genuinely. Like this song was a fucking banger off the hit.
Hell yeah.
Mhm. Uh Weekend and Playboi Carti dropped a new single, Timeless. I like Playboi Carti's part on this. I like Playboi Carti. I like I like him, I like him, I like him. Um
I
I
think
did
you
enjoy
liked it.
this track a lot. No, I think I liked it a little bit. No, I thoroughly enjoyed this track. Um it's great seeing Playboi Carti in a different element. At least, well, I don't listen to him on the regular, so I can't say whether or not this is different. But versus the mainstream, it's not, you're gonna fucking laugh. It's not fucking pissy pampered. It's not, and that's a real song. It's not I Miss the Rage. It's not like, I'm pretty sure I Miss the Rage is Cardi. If not, it's Uzi, one of them. Um, oh, I don't think they're friends anymore, so I can't say they're twinning, but they're not. But it's nice to see him kind of in a chiller environment.
Mhm.
I really liked his voice in it a lot. I don't think I've ever heard his voice this way where he's not like screaming or hyped up or something. It was just very like it felt like a different rapper. It was so fucking weird. And I think he crushed it. I loved it a lot. I think he fit the song perfectly and he nailed the shit. That was great. And the
Hell yeah.
weekend is great. I feel like I don't even have to say that. He's always
It's a
great.
given. It's a given. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked the song because it felt reminiscent of some older Weekend vibes.
Hmm.
Because the newer stuff has been almost kind of feels like very theatrical.
Hmm.
Whereas the old
World
stuff,
building.
yeah, the older stuff was a little bit more like, I feel like as much as pretty much all of this stuff is on the chiller side, a little bit more in your face, like with
Hmm.
the beat. As much as it can be weekend when we're talking about the weekend, as well as a little bit more in your face lyrically with
Yeah.
what is being said. And I think that this is a little bit more reminiscent of when I found him, which was
Yeah.
Starboy era, which is where we started the world building vibes, but was still old Weekend lyrics.
Very explicit.
Yes, very explicit.
Hmm.
And listen, that hasn't changed, but the songs have gotten a little bit more theatrical, and there's been a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
world
Yeah.
building throughout the album, so there's less very explicitness going on.
Exactly. But it's in there.
It's still
It's in there.
he's definitely
Hmm.
still got plenty of that on those albums. I'm not trying to say he's not doing that anymore. That's the signature Weekend.
Yeah.
But this coupled with the beat being a little bit more in your face as well, and a lot less dancey, because that's also like, especially with Dawn FM, it was very much like
Hmm.
a dance inspired record. It
Not
felt
about Dawn
like,
FM.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just felt very reminiscent of when I found the Weekend, which was Starboy, and then I went back
Hmm.
and listened to his old mixtapes, which are the definition of raunchy the Weekend,
Yeah.
as well
He
as
needs to be like taken care of, man.
as well as
Shit.
some cuts off Beauty Behind the Madness. So it just, it feels like that era when I first found him,
Hmm.
but yeah, at now he's at the top of his fucking world domination.
He is, yeah.
He's no longer small potatoes. Like when I found him, boy was playing arenas, and I will
Hmm.
forever be mad that I didn't get to see him on the Starboy tour, and now it's like he needs multiple nights in a stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So craziest thing ever was holding on to my arena tickets and having to buy stadium tickets post COVID that were a little bit more expensive than my arena tickets were.
Just a little, I'm sure. Like they're like $5-10, right?
I'm pretty sure I got seats in the arena for like stupid cheap. I could probably find the Ticketmaster email, and I spent a good chunk of money on a seat that was further away in the stadium.
That's so funny.
Way further away.
I love how music works. Yeah. I love how live music works.
Hey man, I love it, and I support him, and I'm hoping that with this album there's another stadium tour, because it's been a handful of years since the last time I saw him, but it was also that's the last time he toured the US.
Yeah, true.
So hoping for another tour soon. Better Lovers dropped their new single At All Times. Records coming out here very, very soon. This is another fucking ripping track. I've just been a fan of these singles off this album a lot more than that EP, so I'm honestly really fucking stoked for this album.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't think I was the biggest fan of this song specifically. I've liked all the other singles and tracks that they've dropped. But this one, I don't know, it felt like it was missing something. Something felt off in it. I need more time with it. I listened to it like 2-3 times to try and figure out like what's not hitting here. Can't figure it out. Maybe it's just time. Maybe it needs to grow on me or something. But yeah, they've had other tracks that I've preferred more. I'm gonna continue listening to those. And that's about it. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking shit on it. You know, I didn't hate it. You know, just felt you know? Unity TX dropped their new single Masticate. Holy fuck. Okay, little club track. Okay, Jay. I see what you're
Corpse
fucking
feeling
doing
there too.
Like, no, and I fucking love it. I'm sorry. I am a Corpse enjoyer. I do fuck with Corpse. Come back, Corpse. Make some music. Make some more music. This song is fucking awesome. I only saw Jay promote it like a couple times, and every time he would be like, don't get fucking mad at me because it's not a fucking metalcore or fucking hardcore track. Like let's have fun or whatever. And fun did they have.
Yes,
this track is so hazy and heavy, and it's just so addicting to listen to. Nail on the head with Corpse. That is just the exact vibe that I got. And I fucking love that kind of like deep growl voice with kind of like the big beat. Christ, dude, I need more of this. Unity TX, if you want to do a full record like this, I will 100% like support that shit. Because they had a track on Virality, Diamond Eyes, I think is the one where it's basically fucking like this, only at the end of Diamond Eyes, it gets heavier where it builds up.
Yeah.
This one, not so much. It kind of stays, kind of like fucking floaty and hazy and shit. But damn, if you guys want to do that, I will fully support that. I would go to a tour for that. And I think their headliner just started.
It did
too.
It did.
So have a safe tour.
Yeah, and catch them if they're coming through your area. Full US headliner. The way Jay was promoting this had me worried. I did not know what the fuck to expect because I saw exactly what you said, which is like, if you don't like this one, just basically keep your mouth shut. Like, let's just have fun. Like,
exactly.
It's not the new sound.
Exactly. He was like, this is the last track for the Virality cycle. So just like basically calm the fuck down if you don't like it.
Yeah. And I saw that and I'm like, Lord only knows where this could go. And so I put this song on here obviously because we love Unity TX, but this one was with cautious optimism because I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into.
I trust them with anything, man. I'm gonna be so real.
you know, man, I dig what we got. I can see why there was a warning needed with this song, but at the same time, this sound has been at least touched on with the record.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I was totally shocked when we got a full song that was like this.
Yeah,
I think it fucking rips. I think that, you know, Unity TX is a fantastic band, and
absolutely.
this song is no exception. And you I know that this is the end of the cycle, so I'm excited to see where the next cycle takes us, whenever that may be. Obviously, right now they're out there enjoying supporting the album on a headliner.
Yeah.
We're just getting started here in the album cycle, but you know, when the time is right, I'm excited to see where things go. You know.
Damn right. I love Unity TX.
Hell yeah.
Jay fucking mastermind.
Hell
Damn right.
yeah. Paleface Swiss dropped their new single Hatred. So this band opened for the Ghost Inside, had been hearing their name a lot before that. Now they're starting to roll out a record that they announced coming out the first week January of next year. That's very fun. So we're covering them. How fun is that? I think that this song fucking rips. It's in your face. It's heavy. It doesn't slow down. It's in and it's out, and it just pummels you. And that's what I like.
Yeah, no, it is. This shit is heavy as fuck. It definitely pummels you. It's like a gut punch, and then like it pushes you to the ground, and then like starts kicking you a little bit. It's a crazy fucking song. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. I would listen to it again. I would, yeah. And you said they opened for Ghost Inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, badass. Good fucking lineup. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hey Violet dropped their new single and their last single. I believe that's how they've been promoting it.
Yep.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
This kind of came out of nowhere for me personally because in the interview that we did, go check out our interview with Hey Violet. I'm pretty sure they were like, this is the last thing we're releasing, which was the album, and then this one. And I'm like, wait, so you guys have more? So is there going to be, but they're marketing this as their last
This
single
is the
when the
last
last
one.
thing. So a little confused on that.
Well,
not complaining.
Last album, last single.
Last EP coming soon. I don't like where's the line, guys? Where's the fucking line? Jokes aside, I love this band. I'm happy that we get one last final goodbye with them. That they didn't just end it with the album. I think that's great. I'm sure if they were my favorite band, I would be over the moon. So I'm sure a lot of their diehard fans are like freaking the fuck out because they're like, yay, more, just one last song, one more song. It's like when people scream like encore, encore at the end of a song, at the end of a fucking show, and they actually do for the first time ever like come back on stage. So I'm pretty sure people are fucking losing their minds about this. Um, Great song. Very somber, just like emotionally. It's just like, damn, this shit does kind of suck a little bit, right? Like I'm not even in the band and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
This shit, yeah, wow, damn. Great song though. I think it's incredible and I'm glad they're back, if not just for a little smoke.
Yeah, yeah. I was confused by, you know, one more like the encore, as you said, but I do like, you know, I think that this is a cool idea with kind of like being like it's over, putting out a song that's basically saying it's over, touching on, you know, on the years of the band. I think is a cool idea and a way to go out. I think it's nice,
like their history, their One Direction history. Sorry. And to connect it in some way.
I think it's a nice little gift to the fans. You know, and I think it's a cool song. It definitely, you know, fits the vibe and the marketing and the title and everything for it. You know exactly what you're gonna get, and
Exactly.
I think the song is cool. So I had to see them go. We didn't spend too much time on here talking about them, but we're fans of their last album and are very happy that we got to chat with them. And you know, hope to, you know, see them doing other projects and support it along the way. You know.
Damn right. Damn right.
And for our last topic, The Plot and You dropped a new single, Pretend, another ripper from The Plot and You. God, this band is so good.
Genuinely. And it's kind of fucking annoying because every time I see their name, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're going to blow me away again, aren't you? Yeah. And I'm going to be mad about it. I'm going to be so mad. Oh, girl. No, this band is incredible. It does feel like every single time they drop something, it is actually like it blows us away. I don't know what they put in their music. I don't know how they figure this shit out, but it's like everyone that I've spoken to about this band, they're always like, "Oh yeah, no, they're one of the best bands ever." So I think it's just universally agreed upon that fucking The Plot on You is just incredible.
There's that
Everyone
band.
has at least like one song that they really fucking like, or their album, or just anything about them. They're just fucking universally loved, and I love it so much. I agree.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, as I said, that's all the topics we have today. You can follow us on Twitter. It's Good Noise for Noise Cast. Instagram is Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok is Good Noise Podcast. YouTube, guess what? Good Noise Podcast. All your streaming services is Good Noise Podcast. And Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Corey's got your Patreon supporters, your Twitch subs, your important plugs, your Amazon plug, and your merch plug. And then we're going to sign off.
God damn. Check out our merch. It is goodnoisepodcast.creator-spring.com. Check out our Amazon storefront. It has all of our equipment. It has this mic that I'm holding right now. It does not have these headphones. You don't want these headphones. It has Shane's mic. It has Shane's camera. I'm not using my camera, but if I was, it would be on them. It's on the Amazon storefront if you want to use it. Well, I'm not using it. It's great, and we get little credit every time that you guys buy something, so that helps a lot. Patreon supporters, thank you to Matt from Pulses, Zari, Pop Punk Apologist, David Arrington, Tyson from Heal the Hurt, and Eric. And thank you to our Twitch sub, Matt, again from Pulses. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you to everyone. I
Yay.
Yay. Important plugs. Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, Be a Decent Person, Free Palestine, Ceasefire, register to vote. There's still time to register to vote. Please vote in this upcoming election. Very important. And yeah, my first time voting in a national election, so I'm very excited. Big deal, big deal. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Oh, it's gonna be a rager. Oh my god, when I check that fucking box, it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, that's oh, support local bands, small bands. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'll also be my first time. I don't think
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your first time, yeah.
I turned 18 a week after the last election. So this will be my first time. Yeah.
Exact. Damn right. Look at us, man. We're finally we're doing the thing now.
Hell yeah. Adulting.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, that's all we have today. I've been Shane.
I've been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. See you when we see you. Bye.
Bye.